We love hip hop.
Y'all know who Brandon Buckingham is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who did an interview with that dude YBC Dul, R.I.P. He's the Philly rapper, the most disrespectful rapper. I think he said is his catchphrase or whatever. He's been beefing with DJ AKADEMIKS. Okay, so that kid, our YBC Dul, he just passed away last week or something like that.
Yeah, because what was he doing? Digging up a grave or something like that?
He was digging up graves. He had an interview on No Jumper where he was going bananas, saying F this block, F that block, blah, blah, blah. And even with this Brandon Buckingham guy, he did an interview with him. And
I did not even be making this video, but
and before I play the video itself, I'll play a clip from the interview.
He's like a read in the street. Kind of.
Yeah.
Like he goes to different hoods and stuff.
Yeah, but he actually survives. Like Reed is
for now,
right? For now.
And listen, Reed doesn't go as crazy.
No, but he's from here.
Well,
he'd be going other places. This guy be going
true.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yo, the other day he was in the Kensington in Philly. I'm surprised he didn't. He ended up on the same thing Kanye.
Laughing Gas?
Yeah, they all doing it.
Really? Is that the new drug right now?
It's not
no,
new.
It's been around.
No,
it's
been around, but like it's popular now. Like again,
I think it's catching a resurgence.
It's for the kids right now. The kids ain't talking like this or talking like this. You know what I'm saying? But it really messes with your brain, dog.
Let me see if I can find this interview. YBC Dul interview. Yeah, let me see. Brandon Buckingham. Is this? 1.3 million views in 8 days. Jesus.
Right now, there's a violent and bloody war going on. Right now. Can you give me the lore behind the McNuggets and McButtons?
Just like Sonny brought me down to Uber walking out there driving, left his face red like Iran. I just with McDonald's.
The reason YBC Dul constantly mentions McDonald's is
but we share a lot of stories with the ops. We try to stay our shit in the hood, you feel me?
What's some of the best food here? Let's get some. So we're really in the hood and they got a touch screen and all kind of.
He know it, bro. Niggas know what's up, bro. My man shot him.
So he probably really hates you, yeah?
Bro, it's Mr. Disrespectful. Like, you think this shit a game? He pulled off, right?
All right, so that's just for some context for the people who don't know about this whole YBC Dul guy. He was, I think, the last person who interviewed him prior to him passing.
Yeah.
Like his interview was posted and I think he died the next day. And the way he died was viciously. Like they plugged him up in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like they went crazy. So apparently him and DJ AKADEMIKS, they don't have beef, but AKADEMIKS obviously commented on it. He's like, I don't know what, homeboy who was doing the interview with him before he died and da-da-da. He made his commentary and this guy went at act crazy.
But I feel like after almost a week since, we were really excited. We were making plans to do other stuff. So not a single one of these people that are coming at me thought like, oh, maybe someone that Brandon's actually friends with, actually has a relationship with, passed away and he's grieving. They just went and blindly started attacking me and going off, saying all these crazy stuff. I'll pop some stuff on screen if you guys want to pause the video and watch some of the stuff that they're saying about me. But it is absolutely crazy. And I'm getting mad people wishing death upon me, wishing death upon my families, telling me they hope I don't meet my baby daughter, which is fine. It's the internet. You can say what you want. But something that really pissed me off is this fat, drunk, woman-beating bum, DJ AKADEMIKS, says this about me when he watches the video.
I will say, and I don't know this Brandon Buckingham guy, he might be like the Andrew Callahan guy who's not really into hip-hop. He's just kind of, I'm just going to be the white boy voyeuristic type of look. So he's not like Trap-Lo Ross. Trap-Lo Ross, you could tell, like he's at least caring about the culture somewhat.
So he doesn't even know me. He looks at me for 1 second and says that I'm not for the culture, I'm not a fan of rap music, and says I'm voyeuristic. What has DJ AKADEMIKS ever done? He's always sitting behind his computer screen. He's really a fat bitch. He's a fat, drunk bitch sitting behind his computer screen, watching my video, reacting to my video, saying that I'm voyeuristic, right? He's being voyeuristic about me. He's never even done anything. He's literally afraid to go outside. He's never even been outside. And I'm not.
Okay, we can stop there. What are y'all thoughts on, one, his commentary on AKADEMIKS and the whole outside concept? Because him saying outside means I'm in the hood with the rappers. Right? But Ak goes outside. Like you see Ak driving his expensive cars. He goes to clubs. He goes to places. He might have security with him, but he goes outside too. So what does outside mean?
I think outside means like with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like AKADEMIKS is probably going outside with other celebrities. Like he's not interacting or putting himself in these like random situations. It's almost like it's the difference between like an explorer and then like a historian who just writes down what the explorer did.
Right.
Like the explorer is the one who got on the boat, went around the world, did all this stuff. And then this guy's like, well, his ethical approach was not sufficient.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
He has
like-
an opinion on the rainstorm this man had to
something
go
you
through.
can't do. Like you have an
Yeah.
opinion on something you can't. And
Yeah.
but AKADEMIKS has built a career off reacting to things that
He hasn't done.
realistically, he doesn't have any sort of accolades or any sort of like proof to speak on. You know, we've never heard him rap. We never heard him make.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
have.
he had a rap career.
He had a rap career,
He had a rap career.
or
Was
like
it
a
good?
mini one.
but it was
Yeah.
an alter ego.
Yeah, Lil Ack.
Was it all right?
He was all right.
He was
All
all
right,
right.
then allow that. I'll allow
And he
that.
wrote something for Snitch 9.
Yeah.
But once again, I do think there is something to say about this guy actually being with the gangs and the hoods that he's speaking on versus AKADEMIKS who's just reporting from his room.
Now, let me ask you all about that part. Going to these hoods, the way this guy does, the way the other guy that they were mentioning, Andrew Callahan. And you know, even with you, Czar, as a white guy, right? There's all these guys who go to these hoods, read in the streets, right? Is that
Vulturing?
Yeah, is it culture vulturing? Because a lot of people, like, that's what Ack was kind of saying. He was like, you know, these guys, they're not really into the culture like that. Certain mans are like Trapler Ross and da-da-da-da. But him and a few other guys, Andrew Callahan, they're not really into the culture, but they go to these hoods. There's another guy, Tommy something, who goes in the hoods too.
Not to disturb you, but not to interrupt you.
Mm.
When we were coming up, right?
Mm.
How many of your directors were black?
How
How many
few of them.
videographers were black? Not a lot. Most black kids couldn't even afford a camera. You'd always see the white kid come around with a camera and he'd be like wanting to film the dudes on the block, whether it was from skateboarding, playing basketball.
Real
or-
Toronto.
Right? Thank you very effing much. So all I gotta say is it's always kind of been the give and take relationship between the white boys who are down with hip hop. It's just that they don't rap. They're not putting in work like that, but the work they can put in is behind the scenes, like production. My first studio I ever went to was ran by a white man. Okay,
Me too.
no, I lie, a black guy, but then a black man, but he's from Jamaica. Best sound system I've ever heard. I was like 7 years old, right? Then when I started to get really into it, producer DJ Technique from Simply Majestic, he was the one who like gave me my first kind of demo. You know what I'm saying? And he was a white guy, and he knew how to put the shit together. I went to my other friends who didn't know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's always been a give and take. I won't call them vultures at all, unless they are coming there to exploit you, and then you never see them again. You know that they gave it to the police. Like that would be to me more the vulture exploiting us type of vibe. But like I said, Reed is about to check in with you anyways, right?
But Reed, he's a video director who deals with bare mans all the time.
Yeah.
He's been probably directing videos for like the same guys, like over and over and over and over again. So I'm sure he has like a lot of like deep relationships with artists and people in the city.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a
couldn't be
little
vulture.
different when you see him. You know what I'm saying?
Very different. Very different.
But we don't know this guy, the Buckingham guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like Brandon Buckingham. Like,
But what I have
he
seen
might be the same.
No, I watch. Yeah, I feel he is because I watch his content and he really gets in it, bro. He sleeps there with them. Like he was in Kensington with another rapper the other day who was down with the same YBC. There's a guy that I forgot his name. He's actually more important than YBC. I'm just telling you the truth. He's from Philly. But I seen that episode, and that's when I was like, okay. He was hanging out with that. What's that stuff that they be inhaling? What's that stuff called again?
Nitrous oxide?
Yes.
The Whippets?
Yeah, he was there with one in his hand. I don't want to put it on him like he's doing it, but obviously you got one in your hand.
Yeah.
You got to be doing it. I'm not saying that's the cool thing to do to be down, right? But I'm going to be real. He was in the trenches with them getting down. So I feel like he's not the type of dude that will give up the footage to the police. You know what I'm saying?
Well, either way, when the shit goes out, the police get to see whatever they want to see. Even though in these days and times, like, you know, back in the days in the early 2000s, obviously you used to see a lot of guns in these, what would you call them? Not expose videos. They're like
documentaries?
Yes, documentary style, but like, I'm thinking more of like a National Geographic
case study,
like almost like a Ross Kemp kind of vibe.
Like, yeah, I'm going into like, hey, I'm, you know, the dangerous hood.
Today we see Mufasa as he attempts to defend his lioness.
This is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, that is how it feels sometimes. It's like, we are live in the hood. People are doing things, and we're gonna ask people what they think.
Yeah. So that's why. And the thing is, can a black guy get away with a lot of this stuff? Because a lot of these videos, it's a white guy in the hood with a bunch of brothers behind him.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I want to show you this. I want to show you this. I want to show you this. There is the guy Oba Booba who's from Atlanta who's doing a lot of Toronto videos.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he's like one out of many YouTubers or streamers or whatever content creators that I see as a black guy who's doing the I'm going to the hood. You know what? I think I know the answer to my question.
You should.
A lot of brothers are already in the hood. So it's like, what am I going to do? Just go walk around my own hood?
They're not fascinated by it.
And I can't go to the next man's hood.
That too.
But I can't go there too. So
yeah,
you see a brother coming in, you're gonna be like, man, what you trying to do? You first thing you think he the police. Second thing you think he's a op. You think he giving out information back to the oppers.
What's this guy doing here?
You would see this whole situation switch. Like, yeah, come in. All of a sudden, the camera's ours. All of a sudden, we got your clothes off. You running around this project's naked. You know what I mean? With a white guy, it's kind of like, man, he just want to come over here and smoke some weed with us and see what's going on. Let's scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Let's give him what he wants. Yeah.
Let's scare the shit out of him today.
No, but bro, like anytime you see any of these other guys who go into the hood, I forget the other guy's name, Tommy something, right? They show out. They're like, yo, I'm gonna show you exactly where this happened, this. And I'm like, bro, how are you guys so open, man? I'm asking this question as somebody who was on Real Toronto. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It was a white guy. He came up to you and was like very fat. You're like, yo, this is my time to scare the shit out of you.
Yo, it looks like come
on, when I first seen you on thing, you were menacing looking. I'm just being real.
I wasn't trying to be.
That guy made you look it.
When he went to the other places,
when you started rapping, I was like, "What's wrong with Friday? Friday crazy." I was like, "Bro, you go rewind it." You're like, "Yo, you see, you know, like you're like, he made you look menacing, right?" And that is the whole key point. It's like it's not exploitation if the white boy is cool enough to come through, but he making you look crazy, not for his whole satisfaction. He's for yours. Like for you to look like to get the hype. Like they had a thing. They know what's gonna get the hype because they're around the suburb kids that are like, yo, that guy's fucking cool. Right? So imagine you're like one of the only white guys that can kind of like pick up your camera and be like, yo, I'll be back. And go down to, go down to the hood and chill out and get some footage to bring back to your suburbs. Bro, trust me on something. The way they could edit it, well, you could have been like, hey, don't make me look that crazy because my mom could see this. But they're going to be like, nah, dog, that part where you were like, I'm putting that part.
Yeah.
Right? So because
the scariest part.
Yeah. They know how to scare. You scared the shit out of him. He's going back to scare the shit out of the rest of his friends.
The thumbnail's your mugshot. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
Or the most craziest look I had on my face. Yeah,
bro, I remember it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, damn. And then you got Don Million with his ting. Like, you guys look mad. You know what I'm saying?
What were you gonna say before?
No, I was gonna say, like, as I guess like a white passing content creator, like I feel like I'm seeing a pattern of like white dudes with mustaches going to the hood.
Yeah.
And like we're like the cool whites, you know what I'm saying? This guy has a stash, Reed has a stash, I have a stash. And I do think there's like a journalistic aspect where it's like you just want to like, get content and like showcase this hood or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Are you exploiting? You don't want to get it. I think
Well,
you're
me
exploiting.
personally, if I were to do one of these like pieces, no Diddy, but like if I were to do one of these videos, I wouldn't really ask about politics, or like I wouldn't even come in knowing the politics. It would be like from the ground up. Like, what was it like growing up? What do you guys do? Who do you look up to?
Show me
like,
your weed spot.
Where do people ball up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's the good food? Like, it would be more like that. It wouldn't be like, yo, so when you said this in this song, is this where it happened? Like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want to add on to that.
They'll tell you
They'll tell me that naturally.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They want to scare the shit out of you.
But it's not this only to scare the shit. Like, it's a stupid thing when, and I'm putting this on the guys in the hood and YBC Dul, RIP. Like, as soon as a guy comes to your hood, you want to show him, you want to be so hard and show so crazy to the people outside how hard your hood is, that so many people have gotten hemmed up or died. You know what I'm saying? Taking it back to the real Toronto, you know how many people got hemmed up because they were trying to show how hard they were in that video, show their guns, look at this place where the snitches can't come out and ray-tay-tay. Like, bro, all of this, like, we put it on ourselves.
It put a target on themselves?
Yes.
Like, wow.
No, because it's like, fam, the guy has a camera on you. What do you think he's going to be doing with this footage?
Yeah.
He's putting it out. He's not putting it out and now he's a snitch. You literally showed him your gun on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of these times, like he just said to Czar, right? Czar's not going to ask about the song, but you're going to volunteer the information because it's going to make you look hard.
Yep.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
want to scare the shit out of you that day.
So even with this guy here, right? He's a little bit harsh with Ak, but
you think so? I think Ak was harsh with him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
sorry,
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying his approach, him calling him fat drunk and whatever. But at the same time, I can understand where he's coming from because it's like, bro, I'm just going to these hoods. And you guys are showing me the guns. You guys are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've just got the camera out. You know what I'm saying?
But then there's a difference with someone like this and someone like a Vlad who knows the right questions, or even Adam 22. They know the right questions, like politically, to ask that they know is going to stir up some type of tension or conflict, which sometimes does have real life repercussions.
Yeah. Well, he was on No Jumper, the same YBC Dul guy, right?
Yeah, and he was going on.
But the thing is, and I'm gonna give these guys, and people are gonna be like, "Yo, bro, stop, get off the white man's dick, bro." Pause, right? But Adam didn't ask him about the who do you hate. He was just like, they were talking about whatever they were talking about, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you something before we leave. F this block, F that block, F this block, F this person." Da 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 da. The man didn't say, "Yo, who don't you like? Can you give me a list of people you don't like right now before we get out of here?"
He volunteered it.
He volunteered the information. Like, this is who I don't like. This is who, who could eat a dick and all types of shit that he was saying in the video. You know what I'm saying? So people will look at Adam, they'll look at Vlad, and a lot of times they're not even asking the questions. Mans are just trying to be so gangster that they're like, "Yo, I shot Ray last week and da 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 da." Now, if you keep it in the video, I guess you can give them accountability for that. Like, they got to take accountability for that. Like, why did you keep it in the video?
Yeah.
But why did you say it?
If you're an adult, you should know that what you say on camera can or will be used against you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're on camera. But there are times where Vlad will try to ask one of those sneaky questions and someone will be like on point and they'll be like, "Yo, I'm not answering that." Like, I've seen Tony Ayo do that. And then Vlad just keeps it going because he's just doing his job. And he's like, "Yo, it's up to you to answer." Like, you could right now like convict yourself by saying something. Literally, we seen that happen with the killer Tupac.
Oh, KPD.
Yeah, like yo, that was from Vlad TV.
Yes, but Vlad was asking him questions, and again, I'm gonna give Vlad some bail. Vlad was asking him questions based on his book. He wrote all this shit in the book, and he's going chapter by chapter. So you said this, and you were in the car with Orlando, and da-da-da-da, and it's like, "Yeah, man, I did that." And then Orlando said, "Pass the pistol," and I'll do it. And it's like, bruh, why are you even elaborating? And why did you even put it in the book in the first place?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like Vlad is pulling these questions out the sky. He's literally taking it from chapters of the man's book.
Yeah, just research. That's him doing research for a guest.
Yeah. So it's like, if you end up in jail off of something shit you said in the interview, the research was right there.
Yeah, it's on you.
And even with the bars, when some of these guys who are super literal with their bars, if somebody, even myself, pull up your bars, I know, like, I've asked rappers about being shot, not from watching them talk about it in an interview, because I heard it in a bar.
Yeah.
Right? I'm listening to their shit and they're like, yeah, when I got shot, this happened. Da, da, da. So now when you do the interview with me, I'm like, in this song, you talked about getting shot. Like, what was that experience like? Right? I always go to what was the experience like rather than, so who shot you?
Mhm.
Did you get the Mac? You know what I'm saying?
They did.
Yeah. But listen, man, salute to, what's his name? Brandon Buckingham, and salute to DJ AKADEMIKS, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? AKADEMIKS is in a little bit of hot water right now, but
Yeah,
I'll save that for another day.
Your boy.
Yeah.
We love hip hop.